Hi, good evening. So today we will be first we will be going through the deployment part of project 2, and later we'll be talking about grade assignment 7. So hope my screen is visible. Yeah, good evening. So first let me talk about the different ways on which it can be deployed. So one is something called droplet. Like if I just go to my mailbox, not this one. This one should have. So one is this digital ocean. Like if you go to this particular post, then over here, how you can get this information is here. So they are offering $100 of credit for 60 days. So this is one thing that can be used for deploying TDS project 2. So this is what I will be showing in here as well. So this would require you to have one credit card or a PayPal account. Okay. And then the other thing where you can deploy is you can deploy it to Azure. If I just search Azure Education Pack, and then so this is Azure Education Pack. By signing up over here, you can get 100 credits, and that too you don't have to use any credit card. So this is for people who don't have any credit card or debit card, and they can get $100 of credits, and then it can be used for deploying your project. Okay, and it is these $100 you can use it within 12 months. So this is expiry period, and then it can be renewed in every 12-month cycle. And then I think I also have this one, AWS one. At the moment, I haven't logged into it, but I think they used to give 750 hours of compute or something for 1 year. If you just need to give, I think, credit card or debit card details. So today I will be using DigitalOcean. I think it should be cloud.digitalocean.com. And the other thing that you can use is Student Developer Pack, that is GitHub Developer Pack. So yeah, Vishnu, what you can do is you can go to this Azure Education Pack. Okay, maybe one of you can share your screen and I can guide you how you can get that. Would anyone like to share your screen? Yeah, Arya.
I guess it was by mistake, so we can continue to that.
Okay. So can you
My
search
screen
for
is visible.
Azure? Yeah, your screen is visible. Just search for Azure Education Pack. Yeah, click on the first one. Start free. Use a student email account.
So, should I use the mail password?
It should be Microsoft password. If you don't remember, then just forget the password. Oh yeah, create new password. This is your old password, I think. So maybe choose another new password, something different than what you have just entered.
Just give me a minute.
GitHub student account for Azure education pack. Uh, Vishnu, you can try that out, but I have used student email address. I think on later stage steps they will ask you for a student email address, organization email address. So over there, I think you can fill it. I think it will work. And if it doesn't work, you can again go back and follow this way. Are you ready for sharing screen again?
I'm sorry, I think you'll have to go with someone else.
Okay. Maybe Sharanj, what you can do is you can share your screen.
Sure, sure, sure. Yes, Yavraj.
Yeah, go to search for Azure Education Pack.
Yeah.
Yeah, they click on the first one.
Okay.
Start free.
Start for free. All
Hmm.
right.
And you know your Microsoft password, right?
I hope so.
Okay. Any case you can forget it and reset it. Okay.
All right.
Just change it to a student account.
I'm a student account, IIT Madras one. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I guess I have to sign up with this.
Yeah.
Sign up with
Create.
GitHub is also available.
I don't know how it will work. You can try it with that if it works.
Yeah.
But I think at later step you will have to verify it using a student account.
So the thing is that in a GitHub profile, I have another email ID. So I don't think that I will be able to avail this education pack.
Just try it out.
Yeah, okay. Got it. And let's hope we are able to access that education pack.
Yeah, over here I think it will ask for.
And I should receive a message. Yeah, it is. Tools. Okay. So it's asking for my school email address. Okay, so here I can enter my item address.
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Probably will receive another mail on student account.
Yeah. So verification email has been sent to your school email address. All right. Let's have a look at it. Hmm. Okay, here it is. So navigate to this link and it should be able to verify now I'm a student. It's taking a lot of time. Verify. Okay, now it's loading. So now we can see that we are it's saying that take advantage of academic status. And yes, now we have to start this kind of quiz. Protect your account. Please solve this puzzle so that we are able to know that you're a real person. All right. So let's start the puzzle. Match the number of blocks with the number on the left. Okay. Um, yeah. So, so this is another type of captcha which you'll be able to. Will be happy. You will have to pass. All right. So academic status has been successfully verified. Let's continue. And here we have it.
I think it's been activated. So can you go back to that tab where I think it's doing something. The tab is still
That one? No, it's not.
yes. So just refresh this tab. I think it's done.
Okay. Moreover, Jivraj, what's the time limit of this education pack? After
It's 1 year.
okay, it's 1 year.
You will,
Right.
and it gets renewed after 1 year. So you get 100 credits for 1 year, and then after 1 year, it will get renewed.
So is it free for life kind of thing?
That I don't know. If your student account is not active,
Okay, okay, okay.
then it might not.
Okay, so just like in TDS, we have. By the way, guys, are you able to hear our voice in an echo? Is that the case? Anyone, just answer this. Are you able to hear our voice in a kind of echo, or is it fine? Okay, it's fine. So, just like in TDS, you have those API tokens, right? So, just like that, in Azure, you have about $100 worth of credits. So you can use them, and this is for the entire year. Okay, and then it will get renewed if your student email ID is valid up to that point. Okay, so let's complete these other credentials asking us for. And okay, I'll enter uh, IIT Madras. And ID, okay, it's optional. Hmm, don't have Delhi over here. Ah, yeah, here it is. It's NCT of Delhi. All right. So I think that we are all set. Our account has been activated. Yeah, I think so. Jonas, what do you think? So, is this what we are expecting?
Can you go back to the previous tab? Previous page.
Mhm. Hmm.
Yeah, so available credits it is showing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so this is you have got 100 credits.
yeah. All right. So I guess we are all set.
Yeah,
And yeah. So what's next? So that's
yeah. Now I will share my screen and I will show how you
all
can
right. All right.
create. I mean, I this is for just how you can avail the student pack,
Hmm.
education pack for Azure, and that too you don't have to give any proof. Just use email address and it will be activated immediately. So I will instead of Azure, I will be doing it on DigitalOcean, which is similar to Azure itself. Uh, DigitalOcean. Oh, it should be over here. Yeah. So I already have one droplet that I created tomorrow, and I think it should be running right now. Yeah, it's been running right now. So can I buy tab from that money because I really need it? No. All right, I will now create a droplet. Droplet is just a virtual machine that we can create on Azure as well. So if I go to Azure portal, like this is very weird. Okay. So over here we have option for creating virtual machines, and then this is how we can create a virtual machine on Azure, and we can select different options. So this is Azure for student, the one which we had created. And then in resource group, I created one resource group yesterday, and we can name it anything. And over here, image and these things. And then these are the number of CPUs and then RAMs and these things. So you can go over here and then you can select these different options. I think for this
And Yuvraj,
project,
are we going to use
right?
Azure? And this is
Uh,
important.
yeah, Ritvik. So there is something called Azure Education Pack, which you can avail using your student email address, and you don't have to give any like you don't even have to provide any location or something like that. So I
Excellent.
mean, yeah, just give your student email address, and it will get activated immediately. No, it won't detect any money from your account. Anyway, you haven't given any credit card or anything, right? So how can it detect any money? So this is how you can select. So these are different options for virtual machines. So rather than doing it on, I mean, I will show you how you can do it on Droplet, which is DigitalOcean. You can replicate the same thing by using Azure virtual machine as well. So Bangalore, Ubuntu, and then this is the version, and then this is basic plan. And let me use the regular one. What is there in the premium one?
See, it is called Azure Education Pack, huh?
Yeah, Azure Education Pack. So it uses 1 GB of RAM and then one CPU and then 25 GBs of SSD. And I don't need backup and these things at the moment. And then it should be password based. Let me create one password. The password will be, okay. And I just need to create one droplet and tags. We don't have to do any tagging or these things. So just create it. Is it the same one? Yeah, it's the same one. So right now it's been working on this. So while it is working on this, what I will do is I will create one directory, project to digos cd project to digos, and I will initialize.
Zubera, just one thing. Sorry, like I joined late. So you already have logged into the VM on Microsoft Azure. Huh?
Uh, like no, I haven't created Microsoft Azure thing. I have just shown you how you can get Microsoft this student developer pack and these 100
Okay, okay, okay,
credits.
okay, okay. I'll refer to the recording later. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So right now I am trying to do everything on DigitalOcean, which can be uh, the same thing can be done on Azure as well by just creating a machine. So I have created this machine, and now I have logged in into that machine. So now what I will do is I will create one Docker file from my local system, and then I will pull that file over here, and then I will run that file in this virtual machine that I created on DigitalOcean. So it will start. So it should be, let's call it index.py. Let me create fast API server, and for running that, let me use UVcorn. Let me copy it from GA to itself. I don't remember what was the way to. import things. Yeah, this is a whole I can copy and I can paste it over here. And now let me execute this server. So bash uv run index.py, open, and okay, now it's been running, so everything is working fine. Now I will create a Docker container using this. So I will just set up the Docker thing. And the things that I need is UV I will need, and along with UV I will need to copy this particular file into the working directory, and then I need to execute this file using UV. So this will get the UV. After getting the UV, I will set up the working directory. And then I will copy index.py to the working directory, and then I will run the command. And let me first test it out. What was the command to build Docker? I think podman build -t for creating a tag. And what should we call it? Test. Test and then dot for current working directory -t test and then dot. Yeah, it should work. And let me run that image, whichever. First, let us have a look at that image ID. So I think this is the one that we have just created. Yeah. Podman run, and then we need to give port mapping, which is 8000 to 8000, and then a name of the image, and rather ID of the image, which should be this one. Okay, my laptop has stuck. And now it should run the same application. Yeah, it's been running it. Now what I will do is I will push this image to Docker Hub. So I don't remember the command for pushing the image to Docker Hub. I think it should be in GA2 again. So we need to Docker push and then, all right. Podman push. Let me first print out all name of all the images. Podman push 959 and this rest of the thing, and then docker.io. That is because I want to push it to Docker, and then my this should be fine. And then test one or something. And then let's give it a tag of latest. Unauthorized. I think I need to authorize it. Are already valid, so it should be able to push it then. Yeah, it's Yuvraj 18, and let me have a look at Docker Hub. Okay, I think it have deployed. Yeah, it have been deployed, and it's 59 MB file. Okay, and what about this one? This is 105 MB file. All right. So now what I will do is I will pull this image over here. So I will again have to first I will have, so this is uh, newly created virtual machine, so it won't be having Podman. So we'll need to install Podman first. Yeah, I think it is stuck or what happened. I don't know. This is a bit slow. I will just use my terminal itself to connect to it. So I think it should be SSH, and then I'm using it as an root, and after that I need to get IP address. Oh, I need to give the password, so it should be one. So this is the password that I have set up while creating this droplet. So which I think it can be changed from here. Reset root password in case if you want to change it later. So now I have got access to the same machine, and earlier I was trying to install Podman. Okay, it have installed Podman, I guess. Yeah, Podman is available. Podman login. A registry must be provided. There is some configuration file that I need to change, but I exactly don't know what was the name of that configuration file, so I will just use this thing. And why does it get this error? That is another thing. Okay, let me use this then. Specify the registry. Yeah, we need to get it from docker.io, and username is Yuvraj18, and password, I will get that password. Account settings, personal access token, generate personal access token, and okay, description test 2 or something, generate, copy, paste it here. Suddenly stop. This machine is active at the moment. Okay, now I need to give, and podman pull. I think I have already authenticated, so I just need to pull it from there. And this should be the, and I need to pull the latest one. No qualifiers. Oops. Was it this line or some other line? Okay, I will just ask GPT to do this. It will add 2 lines that will allow docker.io. Or else I can also specify specifically. Yeah, this is what we can do at the moment. Reading manifest unknown. Maybe it's not a clean installation, so apt install podman. I can again do it. The thing was done.
Jivraj, if you want to reinstall the application, you have to use apt and put a dunder reinstall, and it will reinstall small.
I need to put.
You have to put dunder reinstall. You can't just say apt install ordinary. Yeah, if you want to reinstall a package, you have to do dunder reinstall.
Dunder or hyphen hyphen?
Sorry, hyphen.
App reinstall, or is it
Yeah, yeah,
install
yeah,
reinstall?
yeah. It's install, yeah, hyphen reinstall, and then the application.
I think reason why it's not working is because earlier I was running it inside Google, this Chrome, and then suddenly it failed, and then I closed that window. That might be the reason. And still it's getting this error. I don't know why. This is weird error. Let me try to pull it again, and I think it won't work. Okay, let me try to get some other image that is already, which I have already tested, so that there is, so that I can identify if it is something that is wrong with. Okay, it again gets the same error. Reading manifest latest and this thing manifest unknown. I don't know what is that. The image does not exist in the repository, and the latest tag is not available. Check available tags. So latest tag is already available. And let me log in again.
Jivraj, you made a spelling mistake. It's you put last test instead of latest. It says trying to pull last test.
Okay, but this is the correct one. LATEST.
Yeah, no, but if you look at the one that you were trying to do just now, it says LASTST.
LAT. Okay, let me try this. Yeah, now it's been working. Okay, what is wrong with this image then? The one which I just created. Because I
Yeah,
tested
maybe.
it on my local machine.
Yeah, maybe you might just have to recreate that one and try again. Because there were some issues when you were creating it, right?
Yeah, there might be some issues, but yeah. So this image that I have just pulled, it is kind of same. It doesn't have much differences. So if I run this image, Podman run, and I think I need to use the same port mapping, 8000 to 8000, and then image ID, right? And now if I need to access it, where is that? I can copy this and append 8000 to it, and it gets this result. Okay, But let's say now you're working on this project, and let us say you make some change over here. Like for some reason it's not been working. I can go to the earlier one which was working. Was it this one? Index, and then I think this is the one. Let's me. Yeah, this is the one. Oh, not code dot. It should be code insiders. So this one, which I was working on yesterday, I was working on this, and let me show you what is difference between this one. So over here, I have already configured Git. So if I show you Git remote -v, I guess it will show which repository it is related to. Okay. Now, let us say if I make any change to this, let me go back here, and this is one droplet that I just created, and then this is the other one that I created yesterday. So it is pointing to this droplet. So if I change this, so it prints hello Mrinal, right? Now what I can do is I can change this message. Let me call it hello Carlton, and let me push it to GitHub -m, and then this is this message, and then git push origin mean. Now I have just pushed it to GitHub, right? But right now, okay. First, it will take some time, but what it will do is it will update it over here itself. Why it will take some time? Let me show you. So if I go, this is the one that I created yesterday, and in this one, if I go to actions, it is running some action over here. And what it is doing is, if I go to workflows, this is Docker CI. Okay, so over here on every push or any pull request, okay, if Carlton or Sharansh or somebody from student side, if someone have created a pull request, and in that case also this workflow would run, and then what it will do is it will first log into Docker Hub. So I have kept few secrets for this repo. I will just show you how you can create secrets. You just go to settings, and then over here go to secrets and variables, and then actions, and here you can create these secrets. So create one secret for Docker username, and then create one secret for Docker password. So this is for storing username of your Docker profile, and then this one is for personal access token. Okay, so those things you already have. Now you are trying to log into Docker Hub using that password, that username and password. After logging in, what we are doing is we have uh, this one, a Docker file. This is the one that I just showed you over here. Okay, so it is the same Docker file which is using UV over here. Then it is setting up the working directory, and then it is copying index.py, and then it is just executing that file. So it is using this Docker file for building it. Okay, and once it builds that, what it will do is it will push it to test repo, and it will use secret.docker username, so which is my username. So where it will push? It will push to test repo, and where is that? And with latest tag. Okay. So over here, this is the test repo, and it have already pushed it. See, right now it's 2 minutes ago, right? I haven't pushed anything. It's been pushed by this GitHub action. So it will push to GitHub action, and then what is happening is, yeah, it have pushed it, and later what it is doing is within the same droplet, the same one where where I am running this VM, this one. So right now, if I again refresh it, it will show hello Carlton, but I haven't done anything with the uh, droplet VM. I even haven't logged in into that VM. It's this is some other VM. Okay, this is not the one uh, which I am showing right now. So this is what I created yesterday, and I didn't even log in into that VM. But still, I was able to change the code inside that. That is because of this GitHub action. So it sent a post request to this particular endpoint webhook inside this VM. So now let me log into this VM, and I will show you what is there. So SSH root at the rate, and then this is the one, and password is this one. So now I have logged in into that, and this is the one which I am using. Okay, so if I show you cat new, so this is one which is no, not this one. uh, where was I running that? Let me use history command. Grep uv run. Yeah, this is the one, webhook server. Let me show you what is there. Or rather than cat, let's use vim. So it have this webhook endpoint. So it just sends a post request to this webhook endpoint, and this is where the request comes, and then container name is Vigilant Shaha. So how I am getting this is, when I first created this container, it had a name of Vigilant Shaha. So I just kept the same name. You can even give a custom name to container. Okay, and then right over here we are trying to pull the image that was pushed to Docker Hub, and then we are stopping the earlier running container, and then we are removing that container, and here we are running the new image, and which is in dispatch mode. So in background we are running the new image, and we are giving it a name of the custom name. So we are giving it a custom name so that we can later stop that container, and then we can even remove that container. This is for uniqueness. I mean, so that we can. I mean, otherwise, what will happen is it will randomly generate a name, and because of which we won't be able to stop these containers and then remove these containers. So they will keep on using these sources. So this is how the new image gets pulled, and then the older container will be stopped, and then it will be removed from the machine, and then new uh, image will be re deployed in the container. So this is how new image will be used for running that container. So does anyone have doubt on this?
Shivraj, actually, I would be in some other work. Can you like summarize what you did in like a minute?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so first I created this droplet on uh, DigitalOcean, which is a virtual machine. You can create it on Azure.
Mm,
Okay,
mm,
and once I created this droplet, what I did is I have written whole code on my local machine. Okay,
yes, yes.
and then I created Docker file using which I build. Uh, I I mean yeah, first I built the Docker image and then I manually put so I built that Docker image and then I pushed it to Docker Hub and then I went to that droplet and then I tried to pull
Mm,
it. Okay,
mm,
and then after pulling I just run that particular Docker image. This is
mm,
manual way of doing it every time you do this thing. But then later what I did is I created this index.py. I created this Docker file and then I just pushed it to GitHub. And from GitHub, I have on GitHub I have created one GitHub Actions. And what it does is it logins to Docker Hub, and then it builds the image using the Docker file that we
mm.
pushed, and then it pushes that image to Docker Hub. Okay, so now we have updated the
So
image on Docker.
this workflow runs when every time we push.
Yeah, on every push
Okay, on every
or
push.
on pull request.
Okay, on every push or pull request, it rebuilds the image and deploys to Docker. Huh?
Yeah, it rebuilds the image and deploys the image. And after doing that, we have this trigger point. So this
See, why,
is
why are we doing this?
so that those changes can be pulled inside the virtual machine, the
Okay,
droplet. Yeah.
okay, okay.
So what I am doing is I am pinging this
So
code.
we are creating our own CI/CD situation here.
Yeah, we are creating our own CI/CD pipeline. So this will send a post request to our uh, droplet on
Hmm.
port 5000, and over there I am just so this is where is the code for that. I think this is the one. So
Hmm.
over here on this webhook endpoint, I'm keeping consistent container name, this
Yes.
vigilant shaha. Okay,
Hmm.
and then I'm pulling the new changes that
Okay.
we just pushed, and then we are stopping the current container, and then we are removing the current container, and then we are running the new image,
Okay. Hmm.
and by keeping the container name consistent.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, so this reduces workflow of like going to the like logging into the droplet and then pulling that docker image and then rebuilding. So it does everything by itself.
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm. That's
just
very good.
by doing it, git commit it, git push, it will do everything.
Hmm. Hmm. Very nice.
Yeah, the same can be replicated on Azure as well, like on any VM. On Azure, there is one more service. Like I think there should be some container service. Um, early yesterday, I was exploring. Yeah, so over here you can create a container registry, just as we used to create container registry on Docker Hub, and then you can use this container instance. I mean, I don't exactly know how to do this, but I was reading through some documentation. I mean, I haven't tried that. That's the thing. I was thinking to try, but I could not get time to try. How to deploy Docker container to Azure. So yeah, this is the one. I think it have 4 or 5 steps. Create a resource, and then what is this next step? Creating a container, then attaching streams. So from local machine, you just build the image, and then using Azure's CLI, it can be pushed to container registry, and then some workflow is there for directly building. I'm for just using Azure itself, and then other way to do is using Azure virtual machine, and then do something similar to what I have done on DigitalOcean. Okay. And what happens is whenever, okay, let me create one service over here. Hmm. Let me first check if 10,000 port is running. Vim new service.py, and it have 10,000 port, and let me just check if this port is running or not. There is only one thing that I need to check. Oh, sorry, not 1,000. Yeah, it's not been running. So what I will do is I will now run it. Uv run new service.py, and I will push it to background, and now it should be running. Yeah, it is running. And now if I just close this connection, right now it's still running, right? But after some time it will stop running. Mm. I think it won't stop running because I have already created one instance of, yeah, I already have one instance of screen. So let me have a look at screen. A screen is something that allows you to run things on in background. So let's have a look at PS foreground. There is nothing in background, but this is still been running. So what I will do is screen -r, and then I will use this one 6 8, and I will just stop this one. I will exit from screen terminal, and is it running? Is not right now. It's still running. Mm. So at the moment there is no sockets, so I think 8,000 should not be running. It's also running. 8,000 is running because it is, no, it should not run. Okay, it is running. Like in background there is no task, and screen also we don't have anything at the moment. Okay, let me exit now, and let me try to access 10,000 once more. Yeah, now it have stopped running. That is because I have disconnected from SSH connection. So now it's no more accessible. So now if I log in again, let me check if it is accessible. and now it's not accessible. Now if I use uv run and new service.py, then it will start the server service. Okay, and then if I just stop it, it will stop. Okay, which is expected behavior. But if I execute it in background, and now if I close the connection, yeah, now it won't work. That is because it have that is because SSH connection is no more active. So what we can do in this case is, I think I have typed wrong password. Yeah, what we can do in this case is we will create a screen instance. So screen is like even when we log out, it will still be running. In that VM, the services will still be running. So I will create a screen terminal, and then I will use uv run new service.py, and now I will use control A and D, and it's still been running inside that. And now I will just exit, and now I have breaked the connection, and it's still running, and it will keep on running. It will never stop. So using a screen, you can run things in uh, another shell, and
Jivraj, I have a suggestion.
yeah,
You're using UVCon, right, to run the HTTP server.
yeah, I'm using UVCon.
I think what happens is UVCon as default behavior, it because you're not running it as a background task, it
Hmm.
automatically when you log out, it shuts down the server. Whereas there is an option called no NOHUP, and then if you run,
NOHUP I have tried yesterday.
does it
So
not work? When
no, no, it
does it
didn't
not
work.
keep
It
running
didn't
in the
work.
background? Did you try it with the sending the what do you call, with the ampersand at the end of the output?
That also I have tried. That
With,
also won't work.
oh, it doesn't work.
Yeah, yesterday I was chatting with Perplexity, and it gave me three, four solutions. I tried each of these, and then this is the one which worked.
Okay. Okay.
And it is very easy to use as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And, and like now, if I log in again, one, okay, and now I have logged in again, and by doing a screen -ls, it will show all these detached shell. So I can go back to them by doing screen -r, and then this ID or whatever we want to call it. And then we can go back over here, and then if you want to detach, then control A and D. Now it is running in background. Okay, so that is it regarding this deployment part. So just create one VM. So you can use Azure because it provides on student education pack, you can get 100 credits for free, and that too you don't have to give a credit card or debit card. So this is preferable way. And create one VM by clicking over these buttons, and then same way I mean right now, yeah, you can use the same workflow. So I have this workflow. It is uploading on our Docker, and then it is having this public IP, and then it will pull the newly created image over there. So same workflow you can create for Azure as well. Okay, so Sharansh, you can take over from week 7. And does anyone have doubt before that? in whatever I have done so far.
Uh, Givraj,
Yeah,
I have
I'll
one
just see the
suggestion.
recording. Okay.
Yeah, Carlton.
So normally when you run a Linux service as a proper service, then usually you use system D as well.
Yeah,
You run.
system D. I mean, yeah, yeah. Like yesterday, Perplexity suggested something, something related to system D, but I didn't try that.
Okay, okay. Maybe we can try that. Not in today's session, but we can try that
After session, yeah.
after session. Yeah,
Hmm.
because that would be like a proper way of doing it. Because if you're running a service that's supposed to run in the background on the server, and that's like,
System D should help.
yeah, okay.
Sir, just one thing. Why do we need as your student pack? Is it not working on Vercel to deploy the app?
So Vercel won't be sufficient for deploying the application.
Okay, sir. So we have to create this type of virtual machine to deploy our project.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, Sharanch, you can take over.
All right, guys. So we'll be discussing about uh, GS7 now, and let's get started.
The deadline for GS7 is 26 only. No?
Deadline for GS7, I guess it's 27. Right, it's 26th.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So, guys, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Anyone just, yeah, okay. So let's get started. So in GS7, all we have is this entire week has been dedicated to visualizations. Okay. And we'll be going through each and every of these uh, subtopics one by one. The thing is that I covered much of these topics, not much, some of these topics in the previous session. Is so, for example, this forecasting in Excel was covered there. uh, Animation. So this is one of those videos where you have been taught to create a running bar chart using PowerPoint. So that's one thing that you can learn. But so this is one thing that you can learn, but I won't suggest you to learn. Okay, because there are multiple other softwares which are nowadays used for creating running bar chart. So I won't recommend you guys to go ahead with this math technique of creating these running bar charts. So just use much more advanced software like Flourish, or I guess we have something in Tableau as well, if I'm not wrong. So we use those kinds of tools rather than using PowerPoint for creating animations like this. Okay, so let me check once again. So we will be starting with Flourish today. And okay, so this networking data with Kumu was also completed in the last session. So if you guys are curious, you can just go ahead and watch that video. Okay. Uh, all right. Next one is visualizing charts with Excel. Okay, so this is a pretty basic one. We can skip that as well. Data visualization using Cbon. This was completed as well. Next is Google Charts. Okay, so this is under construction. Yes, this one is as well. Okay. So next is actor network visualization. So this is just uh, a kind of
What
a rant.
monstrosity is this?
Mm-hmm.
What have they created here?
You can please repeat, Ritik, you are not much clear.
Okay, like the animation, is it related
Uh-huh.
to that or not? Okay, okay, we are doing network visualization, and how is this related? This video, which is
This particular video related to network
no,
visualization.
yes,
Have you watched this video?
no, no, I'm yet to watch.
So the thing is that this is just a kind of rant on Govinda, who claimed that he uh, was first nominated for this role of playing a character in Avatar movie. So you just
Okay,
watch it, you will realize that it's just a rant and a kind of a fun video to watch. Okay. There we are just showing you how it can be possible that Govinda might have been related to James Cameron, and it's the probability of them
I'll,
being into that movie.
I'll definitely watch
Yeah,
it.
just give it a watch. It's a pretty fun video to watch. Okay. Okay, so the next one is raw graphs. We'll be looking into that as well. Next is data storytelling. So that is something which you can learn from this particular video, where you will be learning that how you can create visualizations, and then how you can spin all those visualizations into a really great story and then tell it to your audience. Okay. Next one is interactive. Okay, so we'll be going through this Marimo as well. This is a pretty interesting topic, to be honest. And the next is narratives with Excel. Okay, this is again creating dashboards in Excel. And the next is narratives with comic. So this is going to be a pretty interesting topic as well. Okay, I'll be I'll be creating, will using this tool for the first time with you guys as well. Okay, so let's see what this tool can do. All right, so let's get started with Flourish today, and here it is. So let me just search Flourish, and let's have a look into it. Flourish in Python, just Flourish. Here it is. All right, so Flourish is basically a data visualization tool. It's, I would say, it's a much advanced tool than softwares like Tableau, and it allows you to create multiple visualizations in, like, it will allow you to create multiple modern looking at visualizations as well. So let's have a look at it. So let's create a new visualization. I have a data set ready with me, and first let's have a look at the data set. Was one. Okay, so here it is. 70, here it is. So this is the data set where we have multiple countries present and the population of Indians present in those countries. Okay, so this data set I scrapped from Wikipedia, and yeah, so we have these countries which have been sorted by the number of Indians in their population. Okay, so let's create different visualizations with this data. Okay, so let's have a look. There it is. Here it is. Okay, so let's create a new visualization. And now you can see that Flourish offers you an entire catalog of charts to choose from. Okay, you can see that there are multiple advanced charts which are currently being used uh, in the industry, and you can see that we have these stream graphs, area bump charts. There are multiple really interesting charts you can use. We have projection maps where we have multiple ways to create a geographical map of something, of a data. We have scatter plots, you can see that. Okay, we have 3D maps as well. We have pictograms. If you guys can remember, that pictogram was something which was introduced to us way back in our school, where we demonstrate frequency with pictures. So that's something that you can use as well. You can use these marker maps as well. We have so you can see that this is a kind of a store locator map present over here. You can explore this as well, and then again we have this bar chart rules, right? So just like I said, instead of creating a bar chart race using PowerPoint, which is, I would say, not so good method to do, and it will consume a lot of your time. Just create one with Flourish. Use modern technology instead of relying on older tools. Okay. By the way, PowerPoint is not made for creating these kind of things. So it was just a kind of trick using the morph transition to achieve this. Okay. So next is hierarchy. You can use hierarchy charts, these different types of charts as well. So we have cards as well. As you can see that uh, we have really attractive cards present over here. So perhaps you can create pamphlets and some kinds of poster in Flourish as well. Networking graphs
Mm.
are present, radars, tables, 3D groups. So just go ahead and explore this website. You will be, I guess, you will be amazed with this. All right. So what we're going to do is we are going to create a bar chart. Let's see, where are our bar charts? Is bar chart. Here it is. We'll be creating this bar chart of all these countries. Okay, and yeah, here it is. So as you can see, I just opened a new template in Flourish, and it already has this data present. If you want to use it, just go ahead and use it. Otherwise, you can upload your own data as well. So this by default data is about population in these countries, and let's upload our Indian diaspora data. Yeah, import it. 40 rows were uploaded. Let's see. And here we have our really elaborate bar chart present. Okay. So as you can see that it's really interactive. You can just hover over this bar and you will be able to see the number of Indians. Okay. So this is how you can create visualizations in Flourish. You have an entire menu of customizations you can apply on this chart. Let's check grid of charts. Okay, so
Will
we
we
can
be
create an
looking
entire
at Looker Studio as well?
what?
A Google Looker Studio or Data Studio as it was called?
Oh yeah, I'll be demonstrating that as well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So here we have animations. You can create different kinds of animations with them. I guess this is okay, it's not moving, so I guess we have to create uh, a raised bar chart for that. Okay, so you can just go ahead and explore this. Let's change its color first. This is what. Okay, okay, so you can just go ahead and explore this, and yeah. Uh, okay, so this was for Flourish. Any questions in Flourish, or should we move ahead? Anyone? Any questions? All right, so let's
Seems
move ahead.
cheesy.
Uh-huh.
It seems cheesy only. You can go ahead.
Yeah, it's
We just
pretty easy.
we
It's
just upload the data. We just choose the template and we publish.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's pretty easy. Okay, so let's move ahead. And so this Kumu was done. Uh, Visualizing charts using Excel is pretty easy as well. Just watch this wonderful video, and you'll be able to get a hang of it. Okay. Next is Cbon. I demonstrated this in the previous lecture. Okay. So Google Data Studio. Okay. And next is raw graphs. Okay. So let's have a look at this raw graphs. So raw graphs is another tool you can use for visualizations. It's just like Flourish. Let's have a look at it. Let's just so over here,
And
what
it's
you have
free
to
and
do
open
is you
source.
have uh-huh.
It's free and open source.
Yeah, it's free no process.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So one thing which is really good with raw graphs is that you don't have to upload the data over here. You just have to copy and paste it. You just copy any data from any kind of spreadsheets and paste it over here. So as you can see that it automatically generated this table for us. Okay. So this is a really good thing. And okay, so this is good. And so what we have to do next, we have to create a bar chart. Okay, so and you can see that we are being giving these kind of steps as well. So load your data. The next step is choose your chart. So it's going to be a bar chart, because the thing is that with this kind of data you can only create a bar chart. You can create multiple other visualizations as well, no doubt. You can create a pie chart as well, but that would be a hideous pie chart.
Can we
Okay.
like use it like can we export the visualization or do we like or how does that
Yeah,
happen?
you can expose this visualization as well. I guess there is an
Man,
option of
so
publishing.
I think people are using newspapers are using this to make visualizations. This is
Who are
pretty.
using these?
Newspapers seem to be using to this
Yeah, possibly,
graph
possibly,
raw
possibly.
graphs. That's
Yeah,
pretty
this
because
is
yeah, if it's free and open source, why not use it, right?
yeah, absolutely. You can create these visualizations. Moreover, one thing which I forgot to show you in Flourish, that I tried to create uh, that Indian diaspora chart in using this map visualization as well. So as you can see that this is the exactly same data which I copy pasted, and you can see that it has created this map, and you can see really clearly that the highest number of individuals, uh, it's not able to grasp the USA because it should be United States of America. So this is one thing that you have to keep in mind, that the names of these countries should be exactly what their official name is. Okay, now I guess it should be, yeah, now it's working. So earlier it was just written United States. That's why it was not able to understand which kind of which country are we talking about. So that's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Otherwise, if you have let's say if you have different names for if you want to avoid this, just pass look just pass the latitudes and longitudes. That would be much more convenient. Let's look at this visualization now, and as you can see that the United States is present over here and it's deep in blue. The next highest contender is obviously the UAE, right? And and you can see that this entire spread of Indians on this map, right? You can see it on France as well, this particular country. I don't know which country it is, because it's New Zealand. Okay, so this is done, and let's resume with raw graphs. Okay. Okay, so it's done. I have to create a bar chart. Where is a bar chart? Let's create a yeah. Here it is, bar chart. Fine. Let's create it. The third step is mapping, and in this step, you have to map your fields with the places with the kind of what I can say with a you have to map each and every field and how you're going to use it. All right. So we will be using the bar should be dependent on the population of Indians. Fine, we are able to see this bar chart over here, and the okay. So I guess the it should be over here instead, and this should be over here. No, it requires a numerical value instead. So the country should be by color, I guess. Okay, this is not working. Wait, is it a series? No. Mm, let's check for this. Well, population of Indians should be right over here, but again, it's considering it like a histogram kind of thing. It's not right. And country color, no, color is not working as well. Mm, is this the right chart? Yeah, it is the right chart. Bar chart, but it's not working pretty well. Mm. Uh, all right. Well, you got a grasp of what I was explaining to you. So you can just drag your columns and drop it over here, and then it will be able to create those visualizations. And you can see that it creates those visualizations in real time, right? So if I just remove it from here, you can see that the color is gone. Fine, and then you can customize this bar chart as well to your heart's content, and then you can export it as a PNG, JPG, or a raw graphs. extension and also an SVG. Okay, so if I guess SVGs are just a second, guys. Am I audible now? Hello? Just a second, just a second. Actually, my earphones got disconnected. All right, so it's working now. All right, fine. So so if I'm not wrong, you can embed an SVG file in your websites as well, in HTML as well. So if you are able to make these visualizations and then download it as an SVG, then you can embed that SVG in your website. So that's pretty good.
HPG you can do it and it's lossless, right?
Okay, so you can embed your SVGs in your website as well. So that's pretty powerful. Okay, so this completes this raw graph portion. Anyone having any doubts, guys? Anyone having any doubts? Fine. So let's move ahead. And now let's have a look at Looker Studio. Okay, so let's have a look at Looker Studio. Looker Studio. Wow. Well, it has been a long time. It has been a long time I used Looker Studio for now, and now let's have a look at it. Okay, so let's create a blank report. No, let's create this. Let's have a look at these templates instead. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so there are some errors. It's not able to load these visualizations well. Let's open to here. Fine. So as you can see, that this studio is a kind of visualization tool, just like Power BI. I guess so. Yeah. So you can create these visualizations. So as you can see that this
Alright,
is a
lot
visual.
more powerful and way cheaper.
Yeah. So Power BI is, if you guys don't know about Power BI, so it's a Microsoft created. It's a tool created by Microsoft, and you can create various types of visualizations, and you can make uh, transformations in your data as well. You can create new fields as well. So that's pretty powerful. And now Ritvik is claiming that Looker Studio is way more powerful than that. You can so you can just assume the power of Looker Studio. Okay, so uh, so as you can see that this is a dashboard which has been created by someone. This is just a template dashboard, and you can see that it has multiple visualizations present over here. So the entire essence of a dashboard is that you will be having multiple visualizations present, and they should be connected using a filter with each other. Okay, so let's say I want to only see India. So I just want to see the data of India. I'm not sure that which kind of data are we looking at, but you can see that these charts changed when I clicked over India. So let's say if I want to include the United States as well, let's click over here, and you can see that these visualizations have been updated, right? So now we are only able to see United States and India present over here, and all these different visualizations are reacting to the changes where we are making in these filters, right? You can play with this device category as well. Let's just check for desktop. Okay, so you can see that this is a desktop, and this is the only data which is available for desktops in United States and India. Let's go ahead with all countries, and then you'll be able to see a lot more diversity present over here. You can see, uh, yeah, yeah, you can see that these impressions have risen over, right? So this is a kind of dashboard you can create in Looker Studio. And moreover, you can see these textual data implications as well. You can see that these impressions are changing whenever we are changing. Let's say I want to see for Germany. You can see that only 129, 179 impressions were there, and it's decreasing at the moment. So this is the power of Looker Studio. I have used Power BI in my past, and it was a pretty good tool as well. But seriously, you should give it a try. You should give a try to Looker Studio as well. Fine. Uh, Also, we can, I guess we can change the dates as well. So it is a pretty good dashboard. Let's check. Yeah, we are able to do that as well. So you can see that we have multiple other uh, visualization reacting to it. So it's a pretty good dashboard, to be honest. And just go ahead and play with this particular.
See, the biggest,
data.
biggest part in Google is you can collaborate. It's collaboration first. It can be open to any system. No issues about installing any software. It is openly available. Unless you need something too advanced, you have to take a subscription, and that is also reasonable.
Mhm. Yeah. So just like Ritvik said, that you can even collaborate on Looker Studio with others, and it's pretty good. So that was it about Looker Studio. I guess I should show you by creating a visualization. Let's have a look at it. Let's create a blank report. And yes, Joel. Fine. So let's create this. Why is it asking me? Okay, okay. Let's create a report. Why is it giving me these marketing preferences one again and again? Ah, okay. Now it's working. I just have to click on that cross button. That's fine. So let's try and create a visualization. And let's add a data. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Let's add a data.
Complete it once, it won't annoy you anymore.
No, it's just I just clicked on yes to all, and it has saved
You have
it.
to probably scroll once and then twist.
Yeah, I've done it. I scrolled. This is the end of it, and I've clicked on yes to all. And then it's just popping it one again and again. It's pretty annoying. Okay, thanks. Please continue. Okay, it's just it's again mentioning this. Mhm. It's pretty weird for Lucas Studio to just keep on popping this particular thing. I guess it's a kind of a bug with this website. Yes. Add data, add data. It's not working here. It's the issue. But I guess, Ritik, do you have any idea why? How should I get rid of this?
See, I usually do not get it, right? So I do not know exactly. See,
Saransh,
so
what you
maybe
could try
just
is
reload it.
you have to actually probably select the no buttons and then actually confirm that that's what you want to do. Otherwise, it
Okay,
will keep.
selected these no buttons, but then there is no option for
No, no. Scroll up.
confirming these no's.
Uh,
Hmm.
Just cross now.
See, just reload maybe because I've been observing some weird stuff with Google lately that it is taking time with updates. Like anything I push, right, even on my workspace server for the organization and that. So it,
Mhm.
it, 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 it waits for like a minute or two. Maybe they have too much data now. I do not know what is happening exactly, but they are getting slow with these minute updates. Or
Yeah.
right, you see, this is sticking. You have already pushed this update. Now you have said yes to all, but it is not reflecting.
Mhm.
Maybe after a minute it will reflect.
Yeah.
So just close it and maybe open a new Looker Studio page or just reload this one.
Ritik, the thing is that before taking this session, I was trying with this Lucas
Hmm.
Studio, and it was again and again popping up, and even then I clicked on yes to
Maybe
all, and
maybe
even
some
now it's showing me these.
issue then. Right? Then there is some issue.
Let's go ahead with this, and let's give it a last try. Uh, let's get a new one. Okay. Okay. So now it's allowing me to open our data. Add to data, file, upload, and authorize. So I'll be uploading my Indian diaspora data, and yeah. Okay, so it's working and it's processing this data. So I guess the problem with the updation part, so it was not able to update at the moment. Okay, so it took a lot of time for that, and it's unexpected from Google. Anyways, so let's add this data, and let's have a look at it. Okay. You're about to add data from this report. Okay. Don't show me again at the report.
Honestly, if people, unrelated, but like Google Cloud, right, or any cloud service
Mhm.
provider, if they just give the option of loading money and then using it, a lot of new
Mhm.
folks will just start experimenting with cloud. Because the whole thing around credit card is the only thing that dissuades people.
Yeah, absolutely. Even for me, for a long time, I wasn't able to access these technologies because at the time I didn't have any access to credit card. So that's another thing. Well, let's add a new chart now, and let's create a pie chart this time, and let's look at how I this is good. And let's look. Okay, so this is a pretty hideous pie chart, to be honest, but you can see the distinctions, right? uh, you can see that okay, so it hasn't added each and every country, but you can see that for it has took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it has taken about 9 countries, and then for the 10th one it just summed up all and took it as an other. That's pretty good. And you can see uh, so the United States is present over here, the so the UAE is also present over here. So obviously you can see that the pie chart is not the best option for creating such a visualization. Let's just delete this one, add a new chart, and I'll be adding a bar chart instead. So should be good. And okay, so it's what is this? Okay, it's working with record counts. All right, and it's working with the record count for that should that thing. Dimension country is over here. Add a dimension and population of Indians. Uh, okay, got it. So now it has created this. Let's see. Okay, so it's present. I will be deleting this record value. Record counts. Let's delete this one.
You have two
Okay, so
metrics, huh?
I
Just use one of them.
yeah. There are two metrics. I will delete now, and now I should create. Let's try creating a pie chart once again, just for
Hmm.
fun. Ah, so this is a pie chart, and you can look at these different distinctions, because that was the thing I was thinking, that how can 79% of
Hmm.
the others can have 79% of Indians when United States has a gigantic population of
Hmm.
Indians present over there. So
Hmm.
that was pretty unusual. But now you can see that The reason it was not correctly being presented, because we haven't added this metrics, this field, this population of Indian field in this metrics panel. Okay, so this is another thing that you can learn, that there are two things. One is dimension and another is metrics. Fine. Dimensions are basically they are, if we are going to say in layman language, then they are just categorical variables, kind of. And metrics are the numerical variables. Okay, so you have to uh, add your numerical parameters, your numerical fields in the metrics panel, and the dimension, your categorical fields in the dimensions panel. So that's how you would be able to create your graphs. Fine. So this is good, and let's create a bar chart as well. Okay, we can create a geo chart as well. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, so it's a pretty good geo chart, pretty similar to the Flourish one. Why has it applied? Okay. So the thing is that I clicked over here, that's why it was reacting to it. So guys, can you see this? When I clicked over this, let me click over United States for the moment. When I will click over it, you can see that it kind of applied a filtering over the United States, and that reflected in all three of these visualizations. So you can see that over here in this map, you can see that this filtering was done. In this pie chart, obviously the filtering was done, and in the table as well, you can see the filtering was done. So this is pretty powerful. Let's check this one, Saudi Arabia. If I will click over here, it should apply this filtering. Yeah, it applied this filtering, and you can see that the pie chart responded to it, right? Let's check for Japan. Yeah, again it responded. So yeah, so this is pretty good. Just go ahead and play along with Lucas Studio, and you will have some fun. Okay, so that was it for Lucas Studio. Anyone having any doubts? Guys, anyone having any doubts, or should we move ahead with comic show? Because that's a pretty interesting topic to discuss.
I think I do not have any doubts. If anybody else has any doubts, and this filtering thing is known as cross filtering, and it's perhaps the most useful thing.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you're on.
Yeah, Ritik, you said something. Actually, I was distracted for a bit. Can you please repeat?
Okay, so the filtering thing you did, na, that you click on one chart and on the other chart applied a filter.
Yeah.
Cross filtering.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is like very useful. If you can build multiple
Yeah,
dashboards,
absolutely.
then
Absolutely.
people can drill down without using code.
Absolutely. So let's say you are creating a dashboard for your organization, and
You can even connect to it to a database. Okay, what you can
yeah.
do, you can have this. You can have either you can use your Google Sheet, or you can have a full-fledged Cloud SQL instance on Google Cloud. And then you can connect that, and then
Mhm.
you can also connect App Sheet. Then you can have an app deployed on App Sheet, contacting your SQL database, and then that reflects almost like this takes 15 minutes to kind of render the data, but every 15 minutes you're getting almost real time data if you want that, and this is perhaps the cheapest solution you can have.
You can see what Ritvik just said over here as well. So you can connect your app sheets as well. You can connect your, I guess, PostgreSQL servers, your Microsoft SQL servers. Uh, so let's say if you're working with about 5,000,
You see
5
the
lakh rows.
yes.
If you're working with, let's say, with 5 lakh rows, so it's not feasible to use CSVs for that. Okay, so 5 lakh is something which CSVs can accommodate. But let's say you're working with 1 billion rows. That's something which CSVs are not good at. Okay, so you can instead, so and SQL servers and Postgres servers are pretty good with that. So you can upload a PostgreSQL server as well. You can use cloud servers for that as well. So Looker Studio is pretty powerful with all these things, right? So just go ahead and look into it, and you will be able
Dusra,
to.
the biggest thing is like Power BI, you have to run locally on your system, right? So you can use
Mhm.
online, but then largely it's
Yeah,
on the system. So you're
on the
constrained by
system as well. Yeah,
you're constrained by the system's resources. This is on the cloud,
absolutely,
so you can have
absolutely,
a very basic system that at least has some RAM, at least 16 GB RAM. And then that can run without any even integrated graphics card works. And then you could do anything, any visualization without worrying about your system hanging.
absolutely. So that's the thing. So with Power BI, you have to create these visualizations using the resources of your own device, and it's limited to your system, kind of. And when we are talking about Looker Studio, so these visualizations are being created on the server of Google, right? So Google is kind of and the machine where these variations are being created, so that's pretty powerful for sure. So even if you have a pretty even if you have a pretty low end laptop or a desktop, you can create your Looker Studio. You can create pretty good variations with your Looker Studio. So that's something which is uh, just uh, shattering uh, your chains at a, it's shattering your chains, kind of. Okay, so this is a Power Looker Studio, so I will urge you all to just go ahead and have a look at it. Fine. Next, the thing is, we are getting started with Marimo. So this is another really interesting topic I want to talk to you guys about. By the way, guys, if you haven't watched this particular video, just go ahead and watch it. Okay, so Marimo is a kind of startup which was developed by an Indian guy. So this guy is actually, I guess, he was born in the United States, but then over there he created, but he was Indian by descent, and then he created this project uh, with his friends, and now it's pretty powerful. Now let me just show you how Marimo
On
works.
a side note,
So
on a side note, do you want to do a cloud service with UPI based cash kind of thing? Just upload 100 rupees and run a server for 100 rupees.
yeah, so uh, well, okay. So, Ritik, to be honest, I wasn't able to understand what you just said. So,
No, no,
can
like do a startup like a TDS team,
uh-huh,
like TDS students do a startup, and
uh-huh,
we do a cloud service, right?
uh-huh,
This Google Cloud and everything. So we do our own
uh-huh.
custom cloud, and then we offer people that instead of giving us your credit card, you just load money, and then your server runs till your money runs, right?
Okay,
Okay, and
okay. So that,
we even have to develop our own thing. We could just do a wrapper on Google Cloud
okay,
or
that,
AWS. Okay,
well,
we do not
that's
even have to have our own thing. Okay, we just do it. We do a startup, Carlton, you and me, or anyone who wants. We test this out because I think it will work really well. Especially, matlab, anyone doing TDS would love it. And
yeah. So that sounds like
just put 500 rupees, and then till
uh-huh,
500 rupees is there, it runs, right? And we control the budgeting side on the cloud front. Like we manage the AWS costing, like any other wrapper on it, right? Because I remember, I think Shrey Batra is there, na? He did something. He tried to do something similar, but he pivoted to something else because
okay,
maybe because he was getting probably told by Google to not do it. Uh,
okay,
but yeah, so if we do not have any bondage or something like that, we could try something, right? Because see, this was Cosmo Cloud, huh? They
mm-hmm.
had this option, and then I saw like thousands of people started using it. And if we can crack the pricing and everything, huh, we can.
That sounds really interesting, Ritik, and perhaps you can. can give it a thought as well. So yeah. Okay. So let's get along with this Marimo now. So the thing with Marimo is that Marimo is a kind of a Jupyter notebook thing. Okay. So let me just go to Marimo, and it's a kind of a Jupyter notebook where uh, okay. So in this kind of notebook, the the leverage which you have, the difference which it has with a Jupyter notebook is that whenever you are making, whenever you are changing, let's say a value, okay, and it's present on. Let me just demonstrate it in front of you. Why should I uh, talk in words when I can demonstrate with visually? Okay, so the I guess the command for running Marimo notebook. I have to look at it. Okay, here it was. Let me go to docs and let's have a look at it. So first of all, you have to install Marimo, which is pip install Marimo. That's pretty basic. Just go ahead and run this command. You will be able to install it. And then I have to look in uh, getting started. Installation is done. Key concepts. Logs. Let me just search it. Start. Let's run. Let's do this. Uh, your notebook.py. Let's go ahead. Run this. Okay, so the Python files didn't existed before. That's why it created it for me. So I guess this command will work for every in any situation. So Marimo edit and then the name of your file. Okay. So here we have it. So this is the Marimo notebook you can use, and let me show you the power of Marimo. Okay. By the way, I have to look at these as well. Okay, there it is. Yes, I have to import Marimo, and then we have to include few other things as well. Okay. So without doing this, what we can do is, let's say I'm going to run this, which is x is equal to uh, 5 plus y. Fine, y is not defined. Fine. Let's do this. Y is defined over here, and now I will run it. It's coming 8. Now, what if I change this value of y? Is it going to change the value of x as well? Absolutely, it's going to change. Okay, so it's like a reactive Jupyter notebook. Okay, so in Jupyter notebook, let's say if I change the value of y to 90, let's say, after this, you have to, in Jupyter notebook, you had to run this upper cell over here to see the results, right? But in Marimo, it's just everything is reactive. So I guess what they've done is that they have mapped each and every variable and where it has been used. A kind of they have created these DU pairs. So that's a concept of software testing. So they have created these DU pairs, and then they are just whenever there is a change in the definition of a particular variable, they update the use of that variable as well.
Okay,
They just rerun
what do
the
you
same.
mean by DU pairs?
So DUPS is a concept in software testing. So I currently have software testing in my course. So that's a concept over there, which is where we have D means definition. D stands for definition. Let me use a pen. Okay. In DU pairs, D stands for definition and U stands for use.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So it is def and use. So what I think is what they're using. So this is just an assumption. So what I think is that they have formed these du pairs and these connections have been made. So whenever the definition of a particular variable is changing, whenever the definition of a particular variable is changed, the use of that variable, wherever it has been used in the entire notebook, it will also change. Fine. So let's let's convert it to a string instead this time. Okay, and let's name it Jivraj. Okay, and obviously now it's going to give you an error, right? But now if I just change this a string as well, uh, let's make it like this. Okay, now it won't give. So you can see that the output is present over here. If I just change it to my name, you can see these changes are being made. This is one thing which Marimo is really good at. It is reactive. The other thing is that you can create sliders for your variables as well. So for that, I have to check the documentation once. Yeah. So it is no.ui.slider. no.ui.slider. Slider? Yeah, it is slider. And I guess it will be working like a for loop. Fine. So these values will be changed. And okay, let's storing the value over here. Let's store the value of the slider in a variable. Let's name it let's say uh, let's name it what should we name it? Cake. Okay, let's name it cake. Because one. And now I'll be printing a statement which is uh, let's make it an f string. Fine. So let's run this and let's run this as well. Let's run this. Okay, so cake is not mentioned. Okay, so it's a small c. Fine. Now let's run it and cake. Right. Now if I move this, I should be able to see it. I'm not able to see it. Okay, so it is no dot md. We have to use md. Okay, dot md. It should work. Yeah. So here it is. Should be able to see it. Um, okay, it's cake dot value. Yeah, here it is. So you can see that whenever if I just slide this slider, you can see that this the value over there is changed, right? And this is a pretty basic use of the slider application. You can see a better application over here in this demonstration which they have given. You can see that we are just changing the value of x and then they are computing the value of e, and they are just so this e this exponent value and they are just should we say they are giving the exponent value as the slider, and you can see that it's changing. So this can be used for graphs as well. Let's say I have created a graph and then I have a particular variable present over there. Then what it will do, you just slide the slider and you will be able to see that graph moving. You will be able to see that graph changing, right? This is a pretty powerful tool you can use. And yeah, here we have multiple other demonstrations as well, as you can see. Okay, so we have yeah, so we have these functionalities in charts as well. As you can see that they created the chart of the MNIST dataset. So MNIST is a dataset with handwritten numerical values, and you can see that you can basically select which portion of the graph you want to see and just hover over that, and then you will be able to get these image these images returned to you. So that's pretty powerful and pretty interesting as well, to be honest. So guys, just go ahead and use Marimo once and give it a try. Fine. And before that, I'll urge you all to just watch this video. This is a really fantastic video, to be honest. Just go ahead and watch this. You'll be really amazed with this tool. Okay. So, anyone having any doubts, or should we move ahead with the next interesting bit of this entire session? Fine. Okay, so we have only two guys left.
Okay. Yes. So we can
Yeah.
effectively decide for everyone. Maybe you can move
Ah,
ahead.
yeah. Yeah. You can decide for everyone. Okay, so next comes narrative with Excel. So this is pretty just creating dashboards with Excel, not much interesting, and it's pretty normal as well. Okay, so let's create something using Comic Gen. And the thing is that I have never used Comic Gen before, so I will be doing it with you guys. Comic Gen, yeah. So I guess that this tool has been created using by Graminer. So Graminer is the company owned by Anand sir, and they have created this tool. So it should be pretty interesting to look at. Okay, so
Hey, it's
you
Anand
can
sir, no?
create. Mhm.
This is Anand sir, no?
No, he's not that angry. uh, yeah, so he's not that angry. He's mostly have a smiley face and a really calm face, to be honest. Okay, so you can create. So the thing is that using Comic Gen, you can create your characters. You can add a talking bubble with those characters, and then you can kind of create panels for your comic. Fine. So what I'm going to do is, okay, so we have been given multiple names over here as well. Let's check for homes. So this is for homes. We have multiple characters we can use. This is Genie and humans. Okay, okay. So we have multiple characters to use. We have a panda as well.
And it's so good. Like the message that they love comics and
Ah,
then they want to generate and then they make a tool for themselves and everyone.
yeah, absolutely. So I guess that Anand sir used this Comic Gen tool to create his own comic. And if you just go to his blogs, which is, I guess, the website is sanand.net, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his blog page, and you can see that he posts a lot on this blog page, and to be honest, very interesting stuff. So
Yes.
just
So
go through
bookmarked it
this.
in my great reads section.
Yeah. So you can see that he created a Glavin and Hobbes uh, comic, and I guess it was created using LLMs. He created that, and it was pretty good. I read the entire article, and it was pretty good. I read this article as well, books in 2024, and so he pretty much finished the entirety of Attack on Titan. It's
Ah,
good as well.
nice.
Yeah. So just guys, I will just urge you guys all to just go to his blog page, and you will find really interesting stuff over there. Yeah,
Also,
here it
you'll find
is.
how to solve how to solve assignments as well.
Absolutely, you will find how to solve assignments as well. So, uh,
Man, I'm
in
repeating.
this,
I'll probably try and repeat TDS if I can, and this time I'm using his blog.
so there was a blog post. Can you see this, guys? Hacking an I mean obnoxiously unhelpful
Man, this
LLM to
this
say
this this
yes.
this worked. This worked. This worked. Okay.
Yeah, this.
So I did not. I was not able to solve the assignment. After that,
Yeah,
I found this blog post and I tried everything and it worked.
absolutely, absolutely. So this is so I guess this question was repeated in this term as well. So it was first introduced into a 24 September 2024 term, and you can see that that question in GA3 last question, 10th question, where you had to where you have to manage, you have to get to that, you have to make that LLM say yes by any means. So that you can, so it has, this entire blog post has been on the on that particular question, how you can
Okay,
actually
Saransh,
do it.
let's probably just cover the comic Gen one first. So the
Ah, yeah,
recording
sure,
is
sure, sure,
got
sure,
yeah.
sure. I got distracted, sorry. Okay. So we have a slider over here as well. What kind of smiley face you want? So, okay, so it's a smile to oho uh, face. Okay, so it's here is the most smiliest person, and then there is the oho person. Okay, we have a mirror as well, so it will just mirror this image. Okay, let's create a new character, and okay, we have Trump as well. Okay, we can create few stuff for this. This is going to be interesting. Let's create. He's angry. Uh, what we can say? Rolling eyes. Guys, can you see this? That we have all these different filters, not filters, all these different settings you can apply, and we have multiple characters on which you can apply these settings as well. So this is pretty, it's pretty good to see. Okay, the face with mask. What we can do is worried perhaps, and let's create a bubble. How we can add a bubble? Can add a bubble. Speech bubbles. Okay, okay, so it is like that. So it is Trump. It is there's Trump. Now we can move Trump as well. It's good. And how can I add another layer to it? Okay, we have different poses as well. Okay, we have different poses as well. So
Okay,
guys,
maybe click on that try comic gen one.
try combination. Okay, I will open it in a new tab.
Uh,
Data
this is a new
combination
one.
library. Ah, okay.
This is a
Okay,
new
so
one.
I guess that was just a trial.
No, no, no. That was the older version.
Ah, okay,
This
okay,
is the
okay, okay,
newer
okay,
version. This is a new one.
okay, 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 okay. So I guess we will have multiple other avatars. Oh, sorry, names as well. We have a bottle. We have Billy. Let's go back to Trump. Okay, so the clothing of Trump has changed, and this absolutely doesn't look like Trump. So let's change the hair to
Mask
his
should be there.
signature yellow. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
His
it
signature
does
yellow.
look like Trump. It has to be like bright colors and
Absolutely. The shirts should be white. Suit blue is, I guess, it's good, or it should be. It can be gray as well. This color is good for Trump, right? The tie can be red, and then the box color. What is the box color? I'm not sure what's the box color. Let's leave it. So we can select the background as well. So the background can be like this. Okay, so this is the scenery. The background is over here. Trump boy is over here, and okay, we can create a box as well. Okay, so this is the box. This is a panel. Uh, okay, so this is a box. Let's drag this box. Can I drag this box? I can't drag this box. Okay, we can change the pose of Trump as well. Holding ice cream. So he's holding an ice cream while being in an angry pose. Let's make him happy. Yeah, this is pretty good. Uh, okay, so he's happy after winning the election. As you can see, this. Let's make him cry. Okay, so he's crying while doing a yoo-hoo. Uh, we can do. He's
Sarge,
looking
this is
away.
it, now. Is there anything else to it?
No, no, there is nothing else. I was just having fun with this comic.
Okay.
Yeah, so guys, this is all you can. This is a lot you can do with this comic gen. If you want to create your own comic, just go to this particular link. Just search for comic gen, and you will get the first link from Gramna. Okay, and have fun.
Just one touch missing. You have to write the word
Yeah.
tariff somewhere.
What
You should write the word tariff somewhere.
tariff? Over here. You want me to write the word tariff on this particular page? Is it?
Yes, it's Trump's
Yeah, I got it.
favorite
I got
word.
it. Yeah, I am not sure. How can I add another
I was
eagle
just
over here?
joking. Okay, I was just joking.
Yeah, I know, I know. Well, tariff is something which is defining Trump at the moment. Okay, so guys, this was it for today's lecture. I hope you guys enjoyed. By the way, one last thing which I want to say is that when Jivraj, so it's related to the droplet, so it's related to Azure. So the thing is that when you get those 100 credits for Azure, and when you're running a machine over there, and when you're done with your machine, just close your machine. Okay, so make it a habit, run it, and then just close it. Because the thing is that if you keep it running for the entire time, it will consume all your 100 credits for the year. Fine. So you have to open that machine only
Well,
when the
also we should be aware that those key credits that we get it for a limited time period. So they are going to
absolutely.
expire after maybe a year or two anyway.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
still,
So uh,
we do not want them to expire earlier and have to pay from our own pocket.
absolutely. So it's exactly like API tokens for TDS. So people usually exhaust them and don't use them in an economical way. So that's discouraged. Always use them in an economical way. And so, just make it an habit whenever you are running your machine on Azure. Always close it. Otherwise, it will consume your $100. $100 is a pretty big amount. So if you consume that somehow, if you forgot to close your server and then and then you consume all those $100, so that's up to you guys. To be honest, you get $100 for an entire year. You have to use them economically. Fine. So that was one thing. And if you guys have any questions, please ask now, or we can end the session. Right. Any questions?
So,
Shreya,
no question.
Shalini,
Yes.
Rojwal, anyone? Any questions? You guys have been pretty quiet for the entire session.
Shreya and Charlie have joined just now.
Yeah, Shreya just joined. So I don't expect her to know much. But Prajwal, uh, what do you think? Do you have any questions? Any suggestions? Okay, Shalini, what about you?
Yeah, I don't have any questions for now.
All right. So how was today's session for you? For all of you?
Yeah, I think I quite like today's session. I mean, like, so you deployed it using DigitalOcean and Docker and